Welcome to Chicago Clout. This is one of the most popular shows at CAN TV. I hope all you folks out there that are out there fighting and acting up and causing trouble get over to CAN TV at 322 South Green Street and learn to be a producer. Learn how to get your message out and do good things for the community. You can do a lot here. The first guest that I have here is Bob Quintana. Bob Quintana is involved. He's an expert on Viridian. Everybody wants to talk about energy, how to save money on energy. There's got to be better ways other than closing your window. I think ComEd's been overcharging us for way too long. And we got people here who are going to straighten that out. But before I start on that, I want everybody to know Chicago Clout does everything above board. This is the second time I've had Viridian on because I think they have a very interesting message. Chicago Clout does not accept any money from anybody. Viridian has not given us anything. I bring them here because we have a very important message that benefits everybody out there in Chicagoland. But I'm sure if they leave a check at CAN TV, now that's just a little joke. Bob Quintana, I would appreciate if you introduced yourself and let us know a little bit about what you're up to today.
Sure, thanks, Pat. I come here as a representative with Bernie and Lauren of Viridian Energy. We're based out of Norwalk, Connecticut, and we're very, very excited about bringing our value proposition of low-cost, affordable green energy to Chicago, to Illinois, and I'm a senior field leader with the company and very, very excited to be here.
You're a member of the Associate Leadership Council. What is that?
It's a liaison, a board that is an advisory board to the corporation of field leaders to make sure that we're really creating products and services that are really going to serve our consumers, our customers, who we consider to be most important of all.
Okay. Bob, why don't you fill us in on what's the difference on what exactly you're supplying and why it's green, and continue along that manner? Because when I look at ComEd in Chicago, I don't know if anybody's ever gone to Chicago Clout, but many years ago, I was always complaining about those smokestacks blowing the steam and blowing all the pollution and mercury. It doesn't seem as though they even try to clean it up. I don't know, I'm not an expert on it, but what's going on out there and why is Viridian so good?
Well, what's going on, Pat, is that there's basically two types of energy out there. You've got brown energy and green energy. Brown is generated by non-renewable brown sources, typically coal. Green is solar, wind, hydroelectric. Basically, ComEd's mix right now, every state that's deregulated, and obviously Illinois is deregulated, every state that's deregulated has a green mandate, a minimum amount of green energy that they're committed to providing to the grid. In Illinois, it's 6%, a little over 6%. So the energy that you're getting from ComEd right now is 6% green, 94% brown. The energy that Viridian delivers to the grid is committed to being a minimum of 20% above that green mandate for Illinois, which is 6%. So the minimum green energy that we're going to deliver to the grid is going to be the 6% plus 20, so 26% green, only 74% brown. And we like to say, and as Bernie and I were joking earlier, and Lauren, green, good, brown, bad for the environment in terms of energy.
Well, as a plumber, I'd certainly go along with that one too. Bob, I like your background. It's very impressive. So we're going to drag a couple more questions, drag a few more answers out of you. Sure. Give us a little more about the technical end. Why are you more green than somebody else? Like, again, like I brought up before, they're shoveling coal over here, and it seems like an endless supply of coal. Of course, everything has its limits. But what exactly is green energy? Why is it any different than throwing train loads of coal into a hopper and cooking it up?
That's a good question, Pat, and this really is about educating the public, because a lot of people have heard about energy deregulation, just like you said, but really if they haven't been educated, then they really don't fully understand the simplicity of it and how simple it is for them to choose an energy supplier, a third-party supplier like Viridian, and in our case, be able to not only save money, as Bernie and Lauren have said, but also to help the environment. A lot of people don't realize that the production of energy produces more pollution than all the cars and trucks on the road combined. In fact, it is the greatest producer of pollution of any industry in the United States. Very interesting. A lot of people, I certainly didn't know that until I got into the energy business. What we do is we allow people to have that alternative of more of their energy being produced by green resources, by renewable resources. Now, the way it works.
Could you name a couple of them?
Wind? Okay.
Wind.
So, right, you've seen, wind turbines.
Okay. Now, when I drive through Indiana,
yeah,
I saw a whole ton of those. Is that part of your operation?
It's very possible that when we buy our green energy locally sourced. So not only does it make a difference to the environment and does it lower people's pricing, but it also supports local businesses, the local business community. So we're really looking to approach it from multiple perspectives in order to make a difference, not only to the consumer, but in the local economy as well. So yeah, so when in the Northeast, we buy our green energies from wind farms in Pennsylvania. Even small solar arrays. There's a sporting goods store, as an example, in Connecticut, where we're based, that has a small solar array on their roof. Well, they sell what they call renewable energy certificates into the marketplace. We purchase those certificates, which actually account for that green energy into the grid. So what happens is we expect to be doing that same thing or something very similar locally right here in Chicago as well.
Just real quickly, I don't want to get overly technical, but I try to get down to Florida twice a year. And when I'm driving down, I believe it's 65 through the middle of Indiana. It's such a wonderful, beautiful sight that they have these windmills there, and you still have the farms there.
Yep.
So it's not like got oil spilling all over the place. It's great. Okay. But then I've noticed that I've gone through there when the wind's really blowing, it's amazing to watch these humongous propellers just go crazy. They're so quiet. And then the other thing is, when the wind isn't blowing, they're obviously not moving much, if anything at all. Where do you get the other energy then? More typical ways, or? Yeah,
we buy solar, from, like I said, different solar farms. There are actually solar farms out there. It's an interesting thing about the wind, farms that you're talking about. Very often when you'll drive by you may notice that not every turbine is spinning. That's not because it's broken, that's not because it's not functional, but that's simply because right now there's not enough demand yet for green energy. So one of the things that we're really committed to is increasing that demand for green energy, which we expect will also lower the price for green energy. But the fact that we're able to offer green energy at a discount, which is typically not the way it's been up until now, green energy is more expensive than brown today. But Viridian is able to offer the value proposition of green energy at a discount to the utility, which is really the best of both worlds, and that's why so many people are excited about it.
Okay, thing with me is, just on the outside, looking at this, I mean, it can't be a hard sell. We pay too much for electric anyways, and I could actually see myself just taking one of these pamphlets and saying, you're going to save money. Do you get it? Sign here. Do
That's
people
about
sign? I don't understand. Do you go to the door and make them sign papers, or do they?
Can I take that? Yeah. Sure. Having been part of the launch of the Northeast, it's pretty amazing what's gone on. In New Jersey, as Bernie was saying, we launched there 14 months ago, and we've won about 85,000 customers, about half of the entire market that has chosen a third-party supplier, and there's about 15 to 20 competitors in that market space. We've got almost half of the entire market of those that have chosen. Why is that? It's about what you were talking about earlier, the grassroots, and Bernie and Lauren were talking about as well, the grassroots effort. There's a lot of companies out there that are sending out flyers, that are, sending stuff to your home. I'm sure the listeners, the people who are watching in, have gotten something sent to their home, or they've seen some billboards, and that exists here, and we're going to see more and more competitors here in Illinois. The reason that our approach works so well is because it's friends talking to friends. The relationship, the trust is already there. It's about a friend telling a friend about a great opportunity for them to save money and or make money, just like we tell a friend about a great restaurant or a great movie that we've seen or something else that we think they might want to take advantage of. This is friends talking to friends. Some people choose to also want to now get involved in the business. They want to share it with other friends. And that's how it's grown to over 85,000 customers in New Jersey and over 160,000 in the 5 states we're in.
Well, that's good to know. Bob, give me a few more ideas of what message you want to get out there. I have to have you guys back again because I'm going to dig into the nooks and crannies next
Good.
time. But is there a message out there on why people really got to get involved in this?
Yeah, it is. It's funny. You said it before, Pat. You said, "Am I missing something, or is this just like a we'd
It's
like to
too
say
simple.
It's like the biggest no-brainer ever. It really is.
Right.
When people really understand, it's an opportunity to save money on your electric bill, help the environment, and either help a friend, or with their business, with their Viridian business, or build a business yourself. How big? It could be a couple $100 a month. It could be a few $1,000s a month, or some people that are really building a significant business are building a 6 and even 7-figure potential income. It's huge business. It's a $500 billion transition that's happening from the utilities to the third-party suppliers, and it's happening right now. So it's really just an opportunity to help people. And those that want to get involved in the business end, there's obviously a whole opportunity there as well.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming to Chicago Clout. We truly appreciate it, and we're going to have our friends from Viridian back here again soon. Thank you very much.